What's up, you guys? Mage Bun back again, aka Harambe the Monkey. Rest in peace. I'm here today. I'm going to show you guys how to do this baby-ass dungeon, RFC, and maximize the most potential experience you can get out of it. I've seen some other people do some videos of this, and I'm just going to make this as simple and bullshit as possible. I mean, you really don't need to do anything crazy for this dungeon. You don't need anything as far as consumes go. Maybe some health pots just in case you take a little bit of damage from the stuns. Jump on this ledge, wand both those packs. The name of the game for this dungeon is blinking to keep distance, having a blink up later on, because there are mobs that will chain stun you when there's a lot of mobs on you, and they'll keep stunning you. And even though this dungeon is fucking stupid, you can take a lot of damage at once if they keep chain stunning you and you don't have blink up. So what you want to do, and I'm going to show you guys, I mean, there's not going to be a ton of commentary here, but basically every RFC video I've seen so far that's on YouTube, they're using Nova, they're using Blizzard to group the mobs, I guess. I'm not really sure, but none of that is necessary whatsoever. And the thing about it is that I haven't seen people talk about, and I'm sure a lot of people know at this point, is experience decay, right? So I'm not sure the exact timer, but if you do damage to any mobs and you walk around for a while and you don't damage them, their experience will reset. So let's say you rank 1 Blizzard a group of mobs and you get them down to like 80% health on accident throughout the pull. You're arcane explosioning to gather mobs, whatever, right? By the time you go to do the kill phase at the end of the pull, when you bring all the mobs back to the boosties, they will only be getting 80% of the experience for that mob instead of 100%. So what I'm showing you guys is pretty much for the most part, aside from like the boss, because I just don't care to wait around and get stunned by him, I'm going to be chain pulling or face pulling this entire instance. See right there, I got stunned. That's why you have your blink on up, so you can blink out of those stuns if that potentially happens to you. Walk up this right path, and the reason why we're doing this is so that we can go into this room. The room on the left is a dead end, so if you decide to go in there and try to pull it from ground level, you're going to be stuck in there, and you're going to need to blink or Nova or something like that. So you go up the right here, aggro all these mobs, face pull them all. And once again, like I said, the reason why I'm doing this is so that I can maximize the most potential experience you can get for your boosties or your ults out of this dungeon by face pulling everything and waiting until the very, very end. I blinked up here, and my blink's about to be off cooldown, so I run all the way up here, aggro this boss here. Another thing, mana shield. You're really not running out of mana, or you shouldn't be at least, so mana shield at all times, honestly. Dampen magic, because there are some casters. It's not a big deal. You know, these mobs don't do anything. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of look down on people that sell this run, and I get it if you guys want to make money, whatever, but like, after doing it like this, just something feels wrong about it. Like, even if you are only charging like 2 gold or 3 gold, I get it, but it just feels wrong to me. So I've been doing these runs for free, and I'm boosting my ult in the meantime. So kind of run around, gather these mobs, face pull them as much as possible. I noticed that I missed, these guys didn't quite pull, so I did a little loop here. Usually they will all pull, so you don't need to do that loop there. A good way to pull some mobs if they are stacking up on you and you're trying to get everything is make sure you're using your counterspell on CD. You can really pull a lot of groups with that, and obviously that does no damage, right? So you want to be pulling as many mobs as possible and not doing damage to them, really. There's not much else to say aside from that. So I did do a rank 1 Fire Blast to the boss because he has a little bit more health. He's probably at like 98%, you know, it's no big deal. Run up here on the right side, and this is going to be where we... See, I did miss a couple mobs this pull, so it's not a big deal. Depending on where the patrols are at and where certain people are at, you will get 140 to 141 mobs. I think on this pull I got 136, but let's be real, 4 mobs is not going to make or break. And with these other mages, the way they're doing the pull, I'm probably giving them, you know, 150 mobs worth of experience compared to the experience people get from their 141 pull while they're using Arcane Explosion and Novas and all that. And even when you're using rank 1, you know, when I first learned this pull, because I'm getting ready to learn like all the boosts so I can max boost a character from level 8 to 55 or 60. When I was first learning this, I was wanding, I was Arcane Explosioning, but even though it's rank 1, over time, you will burn mobs down. Like, you will get them to like 70% or even 50%, some of them, so it's just not worth it. At this point, we're going to be blinking pretty much on cooldown. Like I said, you don't need to stack them. You don't need to do anything crazy. You don't need to hug corners or slow them with a blizzard. It really doesn't matter. So at this point, we're going towards the boosties. We're getting back to home base camp. And what I like to do, I think I kind of screwed it up here, but ideally, you want to be... Yeah, so how I screwed this up is when I went to Ice Block at the end, I let the mobs get too close to me, and I let them burn my entire barrier before I even came out of the Ice Block. But what I want to do when I'm doing this normally, barrier kind of where I did right there, by the time you make it to the kill spot and you Ice Block, you will have another barrier up immediately. And that's really useful because the mob, like I said, it is a baby dungeon, but the mobs can chip you if they just keep stunning you and you can't get out of it. So we're gonna round this corner and get ready to kind of LOS them just a little bit and then Ice Block. And what I do is I just spam the fuck out of the Frost Nova, out of my Ice Block. Sometimes they will chain stun you frame 1 out of your Ice Block, and if that does happen, all you have to do is just blink immediately and then jump Nova to get them. So right here, blink. I put my second barrier up anyways. Flame Strike. I don't have Shatter, so if I did, they would probably just die in an instant here. But yeah, so I Cone of Cold them, start spamming Arcane Explosion. They do get some stuns off on me, I think, but it's no big deal. And that's it, you guys. This is how you do it. This is how you get the most experience for your boosties. I hope you guys do this and do it for free for homies and don't charge a living soul for this because it doesn't deserve it, all right? Hope this helped you guys.